this is Chantal from Gardening with Peaceful Living and Age. Today we are going to work on super fun projects. We are going to deck out our garden for the summer. It's gonna look amazing. We are first going to start off with these pots right here. We're going to plant them, and then we are going to move over to this area over here. We are going to fill this up with beautiful annuals, and if we have time we are going to be planting up this redbud tree right here. So let's first start with this area over here, but let me bring you closer and show you what we have. Before I show you though, I just want to give you a little bit disclaimer. I started a nursery about a few weeks ago. Of course I was working on it the whole winter, and because of that, I have a lot of leftover plants or plants that aren't doing super well, or maybe I'm too late on potting up, which you'll see soon. And those plants I choose from and I use them for creating beautiful arrangements and for just decking out our landscape over here. So the plants that you're going to see right now are going to look the healthiest, are not going to look the healthiest plants that you've ever seen, but the ones that I'm growing on in the nursery are doing super good, and those are the ones that I save for people to buy from me because I don't want to give them plants that are not doing well. With that said, let me show you what I have. And I will be flashing pictures of these plants on the screen so that you guys can see what these plants will look like at their mature size and full bloom. Let's start with this one right here. I think this is the Black Dragon Coleus. If I'm mistaken, I will be putting the name up on the screen. This grows about 14 to 18 inches tall and almost similar width, probably like 12 to 16 inches wide or so. So this one right here is going to be our thriller. When you are creating your container arrangements, you want to think about three main things to focus on, and that's your thriller, filler, and spiller. And your thriller is going to be the tallest element in your container. The filler is going to be the one that's stepped down from that, and the thriller is going to be the one that's going to spill over the container and provide this beautiful dramatic effect. So again, right here, this is our coleus. That's going to be our thriller. And for our filler, I have two things. I have right here the verbena that's also going to spill as well. It's going to act as a filler and a spiller, and this is Verbena nana compacta, I think apricot. It has beautiful apricot color, and I think it will play out well with the petunias right here. So I have different varieties of petunias right here. I'm going to be choosing a couple of them to plant in this container, and I'm going to choose this variety right here. If you guys can see, it's kind of a beautiful purple magenta color. And then this variety right here, that's more of a softer pink, kind of on the, actually you can see it right here, it's a soft pink, and then as it ages it fades into this color right here, which is more of a white. Let me see if I can give you the names of these variety. The first one right here, which is the soft pink variety, is Vein Pink. And I believe this is going to be Plum Vein, but let me just make sure that this is the case. Oh no, this one is the blue one, which in the horticulture community, they consider purple to be blue. I don't know why. So we're gonna be planting the Vein Pink right here and the Petunia Blue. So as you can see, this one has more of also like a little bit of a thriller effect. It's going to grow taller than the Vein Pink right here. The Vein Pink is going to be more of the filler, and it's going to spill a little bit. So this is going to be a little bit of a step down from our Black Dragon Coleus. And then we have here the Vein Pink Petunia. And then we have right here the Nana Compacta, Verbena Nana Compacta Apricot. And then in addition to that, I'm also going to be adding right here the Oriental, what's it called? Royal Carpet Alyssum. Now I have a couple of them probably that are of a different variety, but I've noticed they're like the same color. So I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference if both varieties are different varieties, but they're the same color and the same habit. I think we're going to be okay. We're just going to call them Royal Carpet Alyssum because that's my favorite type of alyssum, along with the sweet alyssum, the regular white one. Anyways, so these are all going to be going in these containers right here, and I'm going to arrange them and show you how I'm going to arrange them and plant them. But before we continue, let me tell you a little bit about the soil over here. I reuse my soil. A lot of people will tell you to, let me actually change position right here. There we go. That's better because it's just, you couldn't see me over there. So a lot of people will tell you to change your soil with every time you plant your containers. I don't do that because there's still a lot of good soil in there, and it can be very cost prohibitive if you're going to be changing your soil every single season. So if you have some good soil in there, just take out the root balls of the other plants and just top it off with some new fresh soil. This way you save on a little bit of money. Then you're going to be adding some slow release fertilizer, and along with that you are going to be fertilizing your annuals weekly or bi-weekly so that they can put on a beautiful show for you, because a lot of these annuals, especially like the petunias, they require a lot of fertilization. Now the verbena does not require as much fertilization as the petunia does, so if you want something with lower maintenance, choose verbena. It's going to require less fertilization, or calibrachoa, that's also going to require less fertilization, less maintenance than the petunias. Petunias are a hog when it comes to water, when it comes to fertilization, and also they require to be sprayed weekly or bi-weekly depending on your situation for budworms, because you know, the cabbage moth, they lay eggs on them and then they start eating their the buds of the petunias, and then you won't be actually able to see any buds on them, and you will tell that they're being eaten is if your petunias are not flowering, that's one, or if the flowers have little tiny holes in them, then you know that you need to spray your petunias. And I use something organic like BT, which is Bacillus thuringiensis. It's a natural occurring bacteria in the soil, and Bonide has that as well. I'll put a link for it in the description box below. You guys can check it out if you want to take care of your petunias, or any of the brassica families also will benefit from that, because the cabbage moths love those. All right, so with all that said, let's go ahead and get to planting. These are looking good already. All right, let's take a closer look at them, and let me show you what I have done. Let's go to this one right here. I think maybe we can see it better. All right, so I planted the Sweet Alyssum, or the Royal Carpet Alyssum, right here in the front. I planted 4 of them, and we just saw a hummingbird. Okay, let's focus back. I planted the Sweet Alyssum right here in the middle, in the front, because I wanted it to trail over. I also have here the Petunia Blue and the plum vein, no, not plum vein, sorry. The pink vein Petunia right here. So we have pink vein Petunia, Sweet Alyssum, blue Petunia, and then we have the verbena, and it just repeats this way all around the pot. And then these petunias, the blue ones, were so leggy, so I cut them back, and then I took a cutting from them. I should actually take that flower off, and I stuck it in here. And petunias root super easily as long as you keep them moist. And the reason why I did that is because I just wanted to add a little bit more filler in here, and these petunias, the blue ones, grow taller more than spreading. so it's going to fill up the area over here around the coleus. The coleus, it looks like one of them is broken, so I may have to replace this one. We'll see how it does. I don't know. I think these are going to look so beautiful together. It's going to be stunning once the summer heat hits in and these start to fill in. I already put the slow release fertilizer in here. I'm using organic slow release fertilizer, and I will be fertilizing them as soon as I'm done planting everything over here. Before we move on, look at the Lamium over here. It's just started blooming. And look at this carpet of phlox. I just love it. It looks stunning in this time of the year. Okay, now let's go ahead and work on the flower bed that is in front of the grow area of the nursery. As you can see, I have my display area over here. This is where the people come to buy plants from me. And this bed right here was full of weeds just a day ago. And I came here and I cleaned it all up, and there was grass growing right there because I was actually working on getting rid of the grass last year, so I put down some leaves. Those helped a lot. They smothered most of the grass. There was some that I just had to dig up and flip over. So I did all of that yesterday, and today this bed is ready for planting. And I have tons and tons of plants, and I want it to look beautiful because, you know, I want it to be inspirational when people come over here. And look at this. Look at this royal carpet alyssum. This is why I love this so much. Okay, enough distractions. Let's work on this area over here. Let me show you what I have. So I had a whole bunch of these purple dragon coleus, or black dragon or purple dragon. I can't remember. I'll flash them on the screen, that were tiny. And I put them in these pots right here. I'm going to be using them to fill up the back of this bed over here because I believe they grow either about the same height or maybe a little bit taller than the pink, the clary sage right here, pink clary sage. And I'll flash a picture of this one on the screen. I think the colors of these together are going to look stunning between the pink and this beautiful kind of maroon burgundy color. I think that's going to look gorgeous. And you can see right here in the center there's also pink in the leaves right there. I brought this one because it did not look that great and it was in a bigger pot. These are still rooting. They're not ready to sell yet, but this one, you can see it's just kind of flaying out like that. It does not look good. Anyways, and these are geraniums that, ageratums that I also took cuttings from my ageratums that I was growing. I stuck them in this tray right here. These are doing great. I have also some here that I just stuck right here as well, rooting. And these are some that are just not doing that great. That also, we're going to be planting some more of the pink clary sage, or basically, what do you call it, salvia. And then this tray of alyssum, I was super late on potting up, and I don't know if it's alive. I think it looks like there's still some livelihood in it. These are miniature alyssum. They grow probably like about 5 to 8 inches wide, and about 6 inches tall. So I'm gonna try to plant them and see what happens. I'll plant them along, I'll plant them along the edge over here, or maybe I'll fill up this area over here. Before I start planting, I like to lay out my plants just to see how they're going to look together. So we're going to do that. And also I like to look up the stats of each plant just to make sure that I have my spacing right. I do like to space them a little bit closer to each other, but I don't think I have enough plants to fill out this huge area over here. It's a pretty big area. It may not look like it, but it's actually pretty big, and I don't know if I have enough plants to fill it all up. So I'm gonna do my best to make it look good and at the same time make it look full and not have too much space in between the plants. I'll lay them out and then I'll show you what I have planned, and then we'll get to planting. So just for reference, the clary sage grows 3 to 4 feet high and 2 to 3 feet wide. The purple dragon coleus grows 3 to 5 feet high and 2 to 4 feet wide, and the ageratum grows about 12 inches high and 12 to 15 inches wide. And the sweet alyssum, this variety, let me see what it is. I totally forgot to tell you guys what it is. This Sweet Alyssum Lobellaria maritima is an alyssum pink dwarf, and it grows 2 to 4 inches high and 4 to 6 inches wide. So not very big. I just wanted to give you guys the stats so that we know how to place these things in here. So let me take you along and show you what I've done. In the back row right here, it goes all the way back to there. This lawnmower here is going to be going. It's broken and we need to get rid of it. But anyways, so I have here the purple or black dragon coleus all the way in the back. I wasn't actually able to kind of have it meander through, and I wanted more of a thicker row right here, but that's okay. So what I've done instead is the pink salvia right here. I brought it a little bit forward right there because I have more of it, and I have some Gara in here dotted as well. These came back, 3 of them came back, so you can see right there. And the pink salvia also goes all the way that way and that way as well. And then right in front of the pink salvia, you can see all of these plants right there. This is the ageratum blue mink. It has beautiful blooms on it. I'll show you ones that are actually doing much better than these, but I also took the plugs right there and I just set them down in between the other ones in front of them, just to fill up this area over here. I think those are going to look so beautiful. I still have more plugs to go that way. I'm not sure that I'm going to do that. We'll see. I'm going to keep the mullein and everything that's in here. Like there's these black-eyed Susans that seeded themselves in here. Those are going to stay. Just because these are perennials that, you know, come back every year. Also, I have the hyacinths in here, so I had to position the plants in between them. I want to make sure not to damage the bulbs because these are beautiful and they smell amazing. And I also have some yarrow. This is just the native yarrow that seeded itself in here, and some violas that I love violas. I like them. Sometimes I just like to leave them where they are at. They bloom in the kind of mid-spring. They're just beautiful, and I love their foliage. They're actually edible and medicinal. But I'm not a doctor. So if you want more reliable resource, go read a medicinal book or check out a medicinal doctor. They'll give you this information. But anyways, you can see right here, this is the blue mink ageratum. It's just starting to bloom. It was blooming when I had it indoors, but I had to deadhead it and cut it back so that it can actually bush out and look beautiful for people whenever they come to buy them, because look how much better that looks. Isn't it? So much better than those just having one stem, and their blooms are just stunning. I love them, and they're kind of like electronic color. I don't know what's the word? Electronic? I don't know. You get the gist. This is what I mean. Okay, so now I'm going to use some slow release fertilizer. I'm just going to toss it in the place where I'm going to be planting all these plants, and then I'm going to whiz as fast as I can to get these planted because we are losing light and I would like to eat today also. All right, let's get started. It's all planted and it's gonna look so beautiful. I can't wait until all of this fills up. I ended up not planting the Sweet Alyssum. I just felt like, I don't know, I'm not sure that we need it. The ageratum, I think, is going to fill up this area. I may come back and plant some ageratum in this area right here, but because I still have some over there. For now, I'm just going to stop. This took a while, and I ended up actually, I had to stop recording while I was planting because it would have taken forever. But I think it's going to look so good. She's doing such a good job watering too. Uh-oh, do you have a kink?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Oh, be careful, sweetie. You're going over the ageratum over here. Right there. There we go. And right here at the end, this meets the rocks. No, you did such a good job. Right. Yeah, you did a good job. So right here, the ageratum meets with the rocks. This is like a dry creek bed because we have a lot of drainage that comes from that side right there, and then it goes all the way through here. So there are some rocks right under them, but I think they'll be able to grow fine. There's soil in between the rocks and they'll just do fine. I gave them all fertilizer. I think they should do really well. Yes, sweetie.
Water me. I'm so itchy.
I will. I'll put some water on you. She has some mosquito bites on her. All right, hold on. Let me just finish with this and I'll put some water on you, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to pot up that beautiful red bud over there, but we will do that in another video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a wonderful gardening season this season. So I'll see you again in the next video. Bye! Also, I thought I'd show you these purple sensation alliums before they fizzle out. I planted these last fall. If you guys seen, if you watched that video, and they look pretty nice. I don't like their foliage, so I can't wait for planting something in front of it so that it can cover that foliage because it's pretty ugly, but I think it looks really nice, especially with these beautiful purple flag tulips and the magnolia tree. They make a beautiful combination. Love it.